seen a billion faces, and he has rocked them all. It is John Bon Jovi. Good morning. How we doing?
I like that intro. Of course. Thank you, guys.
Well, you are a huge football fan. Is this not the best time of the year, man?
This is my time. You know, I mean, I think about, and we all do this, every guy watching this right now. In February, after the Super Bowl, the black cloud that comes over us because we don't know what to do with ourselves. But this is Christmas right now. This is like who's going to be in the playoffs, where are we going, who's going to win. So this is my favorite time of year.
It's an incredible time, and you spent that time writing a new song. Your newest song, Unbroken, it's actually very special. Shines a spotlight on veterans who are living with post-traumatic stress disorder. Why that cause, John, and why that title for the song?
Well, I was approached by a documentary filmmaker to write a song about soldiers with PTSD, and I said, it's going to be very difficult because what do I know about it? I hadn't served. But I'm from a family that my mother and father were in the Marines. That's how they met. So service was important to us. And I said, well, tell me the name of your film. And the man said, it's called To Be of Service. And I said, I got it. You know, and I thought hard about it. Now, you had to write a song that was going to be honoring their service, but had to be honest. You know, if you think about any kind of soldier song or war song, there was a lot of negativity surrounding, a lot of dark subject matter. I also wanted to write a song that the men and women who served could be proud when they hear the song. So I was lucky, and I wrote this song called Unbroken, and I think that it's having great effect because the purpose of this film in particular is that soldiers are reacting to service dogs. And in this instance, there's an opportunity with an act going through Congress called the Pause Act to try to get soldiers to have dogs provided by the government. And so it's a part of the trickle down of the film and the song and the attention it's getting. So I'm pleased to just have played a small part.
Kyle's mentioned it, 4 decades in the music industry. You've had all these hit albums. What's been the impact and the response from this action and this service and what you're putting yourself into here?
It's been fantastic, you know, because this isn't just a Bon Jovi album, and we're going on tour, and it's not that. This had purpose. It has meaning. It's a precursor to what will be a bigger picture album coming. But the response has been over the top. All of the NFL, all of hockey, and all of basketball over Veterans Day weekend, the commissioners of each of the leagues heard it, called me in 5 minutes and said, we have to do something. And I mean, like Roger said, I got to do something. So the response has been incredible. Secretaries of the Armed Forces have seen and heard and called, and you know, so the response has been huge.
Yeah, and you're doing much more than that. As a part of your JBJ Soul Foundation, you've just opened up the Help USA Walter Reed Veteran Apartments that will provide 100% affordable housing to 77 previously homeless veterans.
Yeah, that's
Tell us a little bit more about that.
Our foundation started some 15 years ago. Once upon a time, I used to own an arena football team.
Oh, yeah.
We are familiar.
We're familiar.
The Philly Soul.
You and Jaws.
And I kept the foundation even though I didn't have the team anymore. And it's been a great, giving me purpose kind of, you know, part of my life. And we built a lot of houses. And in this instance, it took 10 years, but we cut the ribbon just recently. And it was really special.
That's awesome.
You know, because we're taking care of the vets who took care of us.
That's awesome.
Now, the NFL's been celebrating their salute to service for the past month. They really do a lot all throughout the year. And how do you feel about the program, and how proud are you of it?
I'm very proud of it. You know, anytime I can be associated with the league that I love the most, you know, and it's such a natural fit for me because, like you guys mentioned, a lot of our songs have been played there. Of course, having had ownership in an arena team, trying to buy an NFL team, you know, my life could have gone a different direction, you know, and I just love it so much to be associated with the league.
Is it still to this day when you're in these stadiums and we see you on TV and you're at Gillette and everything, and when they play Living on a Prayer or You Gave Love a Bad Name, is it still cool?
Of course it is. You know, when you think about the impact that the songs have had for decades and generations now, it astounds me. It astounds all of the guys in the band. But we're appreciative, I can tell you that, because we're not on the where are they now pile.
Sure, of course.
I might be a Hall of Famer, but we're still selling out stadiums, you know? I mean, I'm just not going anywhere.
We mentioned you're a Jersey guy, but you got a connection to the Patriots as well. Where does your fandom lie?
Boy, giant, you know, people have come up to me for years scratching their head, what, explain this. and those who know is that my relations with Belichick started with the Giants back in the late 80s. And Coach Parcells, at a time when no one was going to practices, they weren't open to the public. George Young, they allowed me to come. Now imagine, the long hair, I pull up in a Ferrari, they're like, well, I don't know about this. And Parcells yells at me, I go, I know you, you're my Pop Warner coach. I got it right away, so I wasn't intimidated by the it. I earned their trust, I earned the friendships of young guys like Belichick and Weiss, and we all became very close, and wherever they went, I went. So whether it was in Cleveland or Dallas or even the Jets and then New England. And I would go, and that's how Jesse, my son, went to Notre Dame, because we learned about ND, and wherever the guys went. And then I became friendly with Mr. Kraft, and back in the mid-'90s when they were playing Green Bay in that Super Bowl. And we've become, the odd couple of buddies ever since. And so I'm a loyal Pat, and my relations are there because of Bill.
And you mentioned your son. It's not just a fandom. Football runs in the family. And he was at Notre Dame. And you mentioned that he was almost like the Rudy of the squad.
Really?
They called him Baby Bear? Is that what
yeah, well, he was a part of the graduating class with Quentin Nelson and Mike McGlinchey and Deshaun Kaiser. And so see these guys, with him, he was a good foot shorter, but he seemed like the troop leader. He would yell at all these big guys, and they would go, "Okay, just," and he would call them the Baby Bears. He was like Muggsy Malone. He'd come, hey, sober up, we're going.
And how's he doing now?
So was Quentin Nelson roaming through the house, taking the milk out of the?
Oh yeah, I ask Big Mike, McGlinchey, who is now doing so well. We're so proud of him, and we've known him since he was a freshman sleeping on our couch.
Wow.
So all these guys. Deshaun's been many times.
And your son's doing what now?
Yeah, so he started a very successul rosé called Hampton Water.
Talk about it. Okay.
Hampton Water.
It's a huge.
You got to be like Oprah. What a bottle's that? You're not gonna bring it for us?
Right? Yeah. He graduated school, and he and his college roommate, who was a hockey player, Ali Thomas, they came up with this concept. Came to me and said, "I've got an idea for a rosé," and I thought, okay, Hampton Water. This is genius. Go take that degree and come back with a business plan. They did. The most successful selling rosé in the last 2 years.
What?
The 90-point rating. I mean, the kid's he's making.
John, that's his slippery when wet. I mean, that's incredible. It's huge.
More with John Bon Jovi. You're not going anywhere. You mentioned the Patriots. I'm sure you saw the game yesterday.
Of course I did.
Well, we got to ask.